What's going on, everyone? So just like a relationship, when you can't decide where to eat, Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers were having that same argument. The only difference is without eating, it was, does Damian Lillard stay and go? And they were just kind of this like toxic relationship that it was time to break up, it was time to move on, but they were trying to make up excuses why they should stay together. Well, Damian Lillard officially requested a trade, and this was, in my opinion, long overdue. This is something that I think he should have done years ago. And I think that this is the best scenario for the Blazers, right? They drafted their future. They got a great young core, great young talent. They have a very promising future ahead of them. They have a real opportunity to kind of build and grow a proper contender over the years and do the things that they failed to do with Damian Lillard. They really did. They failed Damian Lillard tremendously. But now you have the pieces to where you can make up for that. And you can put yourself in a position to be one of the top teams in the league in the next handful of years. And Damian Lillard, he's only getting older, right? He's not getting any younger anytime soon. He's an undersized guard that's already dealing with foul or injury issues. Like, that's not helpful. So Portland really needs to make this happen. And I think for Damian Lillard, he really needs to make this happen. Give him an opportunity to go to a team in a destination that he wants to go to, and a destination that he feels gives him a real opportunity to win an NBA championship. And based on all account and reports, that's the Miami Heat. Dame really wants to go to Miami. Miami's pushing hard for Damian Lillard. And I think it makes a lot of sense. I think Damian Lillard is sort of the missing piece for Miami. Also, especially with this offseason, with this free agency, I mean, Miami lost a lot, right? They traded away Victor Oladipo. On top of that, they lost Max Strus. So there was one of their shooters, one of their key guys, and they lost Gabe Vincent. So they lost three core pieces to the Miami Heat roster. So now, if you can bring in Damian Lillard, you're in a great position, right? Now, at least you have Damian Lillard, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. You got your main three guys, and you're just trying to find those quality pieces to stick around, right? They went and re-signed Kevin Love. I think that was great. Kevin Love was really good for the Heat, gives them that quality vet, and then it's just trying to find those diamonds in the roughs, which the Miami Heat have been able to find year in and year out. Guys that can just come in and fit the Heat culture. So I don't know why you would think that they're going to struggle to find talent when that's what they've been really good at. And they have one of the best coaches in the league. In many people's views, he's the best coach in the league, in Eric Spoelstra. This is, in my opinion, this is probably the best match. Like, match made in heaven. Like, could he go to, create some super team somewhere? Sure. But I think Miami, like, you can make a real argument with Damian Lillard. Miami might be one of the, top three big threes in the league. I really do. I mean, I would even put them ahead of the Phoenix Suns' big three because I just think the fit is more natural. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo both get to be what they're great at. Hard-nosed, do everything, grind it type guys that do the dirty work, do the hustle plays. And then Damian Lillard gets to be what he is, which is just a bucket getter. A guy that can go get you 30 plus on any given night. And this was a team that was just in the NBA Finals. You had Damian Lillard. It's a different ball game. There's a real argument that they may have had an opportunity to beat the Denver Nuggets with Damian Lillard. I still think this, let's just say you swap Tyler Hero for Damian Lillard and you had that roster. I still think Denver wins that NBA Finals, but I think it's a lot closer and gives Miami so much more of a better chance of winning it, right, with that. But this year, I think it gives you a real opportunity. And even if you don't win this year, like, let's say you just go get Damian Lillard, right? And let's say you even lose in the first round of the playoffs. It would suck. It'd be disappointing. But now you're in the position to where you can start. You have the pieces, right? Because now most of the quality guys, most of the guys that are expected have already signed places. So you're kind of at the tail end where you're trying to just find diamonds in the rough at this point. But next offseason, there's a lot of really good free agents that may say, like, hey, I'll go to the Heat, right? Like, so Miami, even if they don't win it this year, I just think it puts Miami in such a good position going forward and gives them a real chance to win a championship in Damian Lillard's window, that's the key. That's the importance, right? You got Jimmy Butler and you got Damian Lillard, who are both at that tail end, right? They're both in the like, they only probably have 2-3 years really to go and try to win an NBA championship. And I think if you can put them in a position where they can do that, that's perfect. I think Damian Lillard on Miami just makes too much sense. I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's more of a when does it happen rather than an if. Maybe somebody comes out of left field or something like that, but realistically, it's very likely going to be like straightforward. They're trying to find a third team. There's talks about the Brooklyn Nets maybe getting involved and trying to take Tyler Hero, which makes sense. You know, the Portland Trailblazers, they don't really need Tyler Hero. You got Simons, you got Scoot Henderson, you got Sharp. You got guys that are already, you're kind of a little guard heavy already. So Tyler Hero would just kind of be another guy that you have to figure it out. So then you're probably moving Simons, and it's like, so I get wanting to do that. Like, okay, let's send Tyler Hero elsewhere and try to get some assets, try to get some pieces. And I do think that there are teams that would be willing to take on Tyler Hero. And I do think the Nets make a lot of sense because they got a lot of just like wings and young players and stuff that they could probably move and take in a Tyler Hero that could kind of plug in at the 2 spot. So I think that very likely gets worked out, but I think that a big three of Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo is just such a seamless fit because they all do what the others aren't good at, right? Like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, they're not just like bucket getters. Like Jimmy Buckets, like we all talk about Jimmy Buckets, but he's not a natural just scorer, right? He's a guy that just gets his buckets in certain spots and through just pure determination, strength, and will, right? He's just, I'm going to overpower. It's just competitive nature. Where Damian Lillard, he's a bucket. Like he is a guy that, he's a natural scorer. He's a guy that is the sort of the missing link with the Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, right? Got that versatility. Plus Miami, they have the defense, they have the coach, and they have everything. Like Damian Lillard, all of Damian Lillard's flaws are Miami's strengths, right? And then all of like Miami's flaws are Damian Lillard's strengths. So I think that this is just one of those rare like match made in heaven seamless fits. Right? It's one of those things where you just look at it and you go, man, like the only thing that really seems to be standing in the way is like, can you build a talented enough roster around these three? And 2, can they stay healthy? If they can stay healthy and you can put the right pieces around them, you're in a great position. You're looking really good for the foreseeable future, at least the next couple of years while you have this roster. But again, I think it happens. I think I wouldn't be shocked if even later today I'm making a video of like, it happened, here you go. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think of the move? What do you think of the Heat acquiring or attempting to acquire Damian Lillard? Do you think it's a match made in heaven? Do you think somebody comes out of left field and acquires Damian Lillard? I definitely think that there are other places that he could go. And look, he's even said he'd be willing to go to the Nets. So do the Nets just swoop in and just say, hey, instead of Tyler Hero, let's just take Damian Lillard? Right? Like because again, Portland's still going to want to return. They want to do right by Damian Lillard, but they still want to get some type of a return, some type of a yield. So can they find that happy medium? If not, does he end up going elsewhere? I do think he lands in Miami. I do. I think that they'll work it out. I think Miami will figure it out. They'll find that third team that just will take Tyler Hero. But it wouldn't shock me if Damian Lillard ended up on like the Nets or something like that, right? It wouldn't shock me at all. But I don't see Miami dropping the ball on this one. This is what they've been patiently waiting for. They really believed. I mean, we got reports months ago that Miami really believes that this is the year Damian Lillard becomes available, and now he is. I just don't see Miami running the risk of not acquiring Damian Lillard. I think he's going to the Heat. But again, whatever your thoughts are, however you feel, let me know down in the comments.